you. Mostly cloudy. Scattered showers, thunderstorms this afternoon. Highs around 81. Showers and storms tonight. Some could be severe as far as heavy rainfall and winds. Lows tonight around 69. Scattered showers and storms on Thursday and 86. Then it's looking good. Sunny low 80s for Friday and Saturday. Sunny mid 80s on Sunday and Monday. No winds right now to speak of. 30.14, rising the barometric pressure. 63 is the temperature at 1630 KCJJ. Again, the big news this morning, the Lighthouse Inn in Cedar Rapids on Mount Vernon Road. It is completely destroyed this morning by fire. The Facebook page yesterday, they were closed yesterday. The owner said he was ill. So they weren't open yesterday. There was no one in the restaurant overnight. Fire started, at least was called in about 5:15 this morning, according to the sheriff.
Okay. Well, we know one restaurant that's still up and running, and that's the Sanctuary Pub. And we have Dee here, who's the new owner of the Sanctuary Pub. How are you?
I'm good. Happy to be here.
Why did you get her on the right mic?
I do. I have her on the right mic.
Testing. I'm here.
There it is.
Happy to be here this morning. Good morning, everybody.
Oh, I see. Okay.
Glad one of us is.
I was looking. My depth perception wasn't right. I had the wrong mic pulled up. So, is this your first foray into the restaurant business, or have you been doing it for a long time?
This is actually my first. I actually love to cook. I love to host. I've been in sales and in business for 20-something years. So
okay.
This is my first business that I've opened outside of having a couple verbos. But
I swear when you came, I mean, you look like you're in your 20s.
Oh,
no,
you're sweet.
I'm not. I mean, I'm serious.
Well, thank you. No, I have kids in in their 20s right now. So
yeah, we were talking about that before we went on the air.
I have kids in my 40s.
Yeah.
I went to school with Daryl Woodson, who had owned the Sanctuary at one time. We went to school together. I think he was the second owner.
Oh, wow.
I think.
A lot of history in the Sanctuary.
Yeah.
Yeah. I love that about it. That's one of the things that intrigued me and my husband, Chris, in actually taking the Sanctuary as a project and making it this outstanding place. It's always been an outstanding place, and I know it's got a lot of history behind it.
Right.
As it's been there for, 50-something years.
Yeah, it's been there for a long time. And when it closed temporarily, there were wild rumors that it was going to be turned into a sports bar,
right.
And people were outraged because, you can't go a half a block without finding a sports bar in Iowa City. So you came on, you got a hold of us and said, that's not happening. We're just doing some upgrading of sorts.
Absolutely. So I'm, number one, I live in Phoenix. If I want a sports bar, they're everywhere in Phoenix as well. There's something special about having a place like the Sanctuary to go to.
Get a little closer to
Sorry, I was just saying there's something special about having a place like the Sanctuary to go to.
Yeah.
For us, it was not ever going to be a sports bar. That was never our intention. It was just giving the old girl a facelift and making her enjoyable and a warm place for everyone to come in.
Well, it's so iconic. I mean, I went there in school.
And a lot of people, when they come back to Iowa City for whatever reason, they like to go back to their old haunts. And, I can imagine people would be upset if they went back to the Sanctuary and there were 40 big screens all over the place. It just ain't the same that way.
Absolutely. That's something that you won't see in there.
So what actually did you do to do some upgrades to it?
Yeah, so we added some fresh paint just to freshen up the place. Didn't change the coloring. The red room, we've gotten a brighter red on the walls in there.
Okay.
Absolutely encouraging any local artists to come and put their paintings on our walls in the red room, and we are allowing you to sell them off the walls at 100% profit.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, we just want you to fill it with beautiful art. I know people were a little upset that I was taking the prints down, but they were prints that you could also get on Amazon. I just want to point that out. There's some local art that was in there that had been drawn that we kept, that is actually up on the walls still. Like things like that we kept. I wanted to make space for local artists to be able to put beautiful art on the walls,
Oh,
and
cool.
for them to also make a profit off of it. And then hopefully give us an opportunity to do gallery nights and things like that to kind of showcase the talent that we have in Iowa City.
And anytime a new management takes over, everybody's worried about, are you going to change the menu? Are you changing the recipe for the pizzas and the stuff that people, are used to?
Yeah, so I still have my same chefs. We have done some upgrades to the menu. Upgrades meaning we've got better kitchen equipment.
Oh, okay.
So now we can do French fries, which is really exciting. Some fried appetizers. So we've got a really good appetizer menu. Pizzas are staying the same. Pizzas are a gem. We will add some different recipes to the pizza, like as far as some variations go to the menu. And then the Red Room, we've actually got some really good live events that are going to be happening in there, starting actually on Saturday. We have Joe's Pounds Pianos going to be in there playing. And we have a brand new menu that we've vamped for the Red Room specifically, which is a dinner menu. So it's going to offer steak and pastas and salmon and lots of good fine dining options as well on top of our
like
sanctuary
steak.
menu.
And salmon.
Yes.
Yeah.
That's awesome. Now, you've been kind of hampered a little bit by the construction outside.
Yeah.
But people know where the sanctuary is. They'll get there no matter what.
all the less, yes. And it's very interesting because I've been really excited to see the crowd start to pick up that's actually coming in.
Yeah.
I really encourage everyone, come down on any night. We've got so many different specials going on right now. We actually got some new tap boxes, so we've got some ice cold beers happening in there right now. We've got some new margarita machines, so we've got some good frozen drinks happening. We do have, full transparency, 2 TVs that we did put up. Red Lobster has TVs. They're not a sports bar.
Well,
Yeah, you can have TVs and not be a sports
yeah,
bar.
you can have TVs without making it a sports. That's what people were worried about
Sure.
because it went through social media.
Yes.
You know.
The rumor mill can be unfortunate sometimes.
Yeah, obviously.
And I mean, it is so iconic, and
It's a
people
great
love
place.
going there. You gotta go in there. I've been here in this community since like '67, and just going, always
Yeah.
went to the sanctuary, and you get the pizza, and you sit. The neat thing about the sanctuary, when you go into like a sports bar or any kind of bar, is you can actually sit down at a table and talk
Yes.
to people that you're with, and it's not overloaded with noise, and it's just a calmer atmosphere, and that's what people were afraid of.
And that's the whole goal, is to keep it that way. I want it to be a place for everybody. I want anybody that comes in there to feel as if it's a place for them and they found their place. Whether it's an artist, it's a writer. We still have the writers groups comes in. Whether it's a performer, whether it's someone that just wants to have a beer and catch a Hawkeyes game at the bar. I want it to be a place for everybody. I want it to offer great food that keeps people coming back. And I just want to be able to provide something to the community that gives some good depth to it. So that's the goal.
Well, and a guy like, I've seen myself go from young to now ancient. and I can go in there, some bar, I can't go into Brothers. They're gonna go, who's that old creep? But I mean, I've continually been able to go there and feel welcome and at ease.
And you
at
will
the
continue
sanctuary.
to be able to come in there and feel welcomed and at ease. We definitely want to make it a place to where we're not trying to appeal to one or the other crowd.
Right.
We want it to be a place for everyone again. And I think that the way that it has been that way, where it's just a place where you can come in and hang out with your friends, play a game, have a drink. We still want it to be that way, but I do have people that come in that say, like, hey, I've had my first date here 30 years ago. And I like to come in and just see that the place hasn't changed drastically, but it has been cared for. And that's the biggest thing for us, is we want people to come down memory lane when they walk back in that door.
Didn't our general manager have his first paid gig at the sanctuary?
Yeah.
That's outstanding.
Yeah. He was in a band called Landslide, and they had their first live gig at the sanctuary 40 some years ago, probably
50,
50, whatever.
70.
Yeah, but yeah, once he heard, when he heard the rumors, he was like, "No, please don't do that." So
Yeah.
he was very happy to find out that things are going to be, kind of status quo there. So that's awesome.
It's been a very interesting place, and funny story is we did paint the white it was an off-white, and it wasn't supposed to be, I think, because there were smokers in there.
Of course.
So we painted it back white, but we had Garcia's Painting in there, and they were in there spraying out the dust out of the brick, and they were finding origami in the walls. So, and they were like, I don't know how long this has been in here. I'm like, just goes back to say, like, what a very interesting place.
Yeah, it's got a lot of history for sure. Now, do you have a Facebook page or a website at this point?
Yes. So the Sanctuary's Facebook page is still up and going. The old Sanctuary website is being revamped currently.
Okay.
So stay tuned. Look at our Facebook page. I will be putting a new link up. It's just getting redesigned with new pictures, new food items, and things like that. But yeah, it's all going to be up and running. The new page will have live events as a calendar on there, so that anybody can go and look and see what we have going on in the Red Room. And then we also will have an opportunity for anyone to order directly from our site and pick up. And then we'll also have an opportunity for people to book for the Red Room in there too.
Oh, cool.
And yeah, with holidays coming up.
And also we will be opening up for lunch hours as well. So we will start opening up at 11, which is really cool. So that
I was just going to ask you what your hours are.
Yeah, so we're going to be opening starting next week at 11 for lunch, and we'll be open in the Sanctuary side from 11 until 11 on Monday through Thursday. And then Friday and Saturday, we are going to be opening until 2 a.m.
Okay.
We are actually going to be doing a reverse happy hour on food and drinks as well, so that'll be a lot of fun. So we do encourage people to come in at the end of the night, come get some appetizers,
nice.
burgers. Yeah, we want to feed the community. And then we'll also be doing, like I said, Joe's Pounds Pianos will be in there on Saturday. And then we also have a DJ that will be in there Saturday evening. So definitely encourage people to come down and have a drink, try our new menu, because we'll be rolling out the new menu as well this week.
It's move-in weekend, so I'll bet you're going to be busy.
Yay!
A lot of the students will be back in town, and the parents will be, taking their kids out for one last meal or so. So hopefully they'll think of the Sanctuary as a place to stop. Well, Dee, it was a pleasure meeting you, and I appreciate you coming in. And
yes,
I believe we'll
thanks for having
have
me.
Sanctuary certificates.
I'm a little disappointed because I began my interaction with Dee saying how young she looked, and I've dropped all these things about my age, and she has never once said, well, you don't look that old.
Because I literally am sitting in here admiring your beauty behind this window. You're a
Wow.
handsome guy.
You were in sales, weren't you?
You guys have been great. Thank you so much for
Thank
having
you.
me.
Thank you. Sanctuary, South Gilbert.